The Mets have been dipping into their pitching prospect pool, and Brandon Sproat is the next one. He's coming up to help out the New York Mets for the stretch run. The Mets have had a lot of pitching issues with their major league squad. They have recently called up Jonah Tong. Nolan McLean has also been up with them as well. Sproat has had a interesting and very well documented fall in the public eye. In 2024, it looked like he was going to be the best pitching prospect for the Mets, and then all of a sudden things just sort of unraveled for him as he got to AAA. A lot of that does stem from a very poor fastball shape from a very generic release point. His four seamer has what got hit pretty hard starting last year. And those issues carried over this year to the point where him and the Mets have been playing around with a sinker and changing the arm slot ever so slightly. So yeah, we're talking about and then with this new sinker that he's been adding, it's allowed everything else to play up because no one's ever doubted the breaking stuff of Brandon Sproat. But as always, a generic fastball four seamer from a generic release height of three quarters to the point where batters have been seeing this for such a long time. And once you get up to the AAA, those batters are some of the best in the entire world, even if they're not major leaguers. They've keyed in on where the fastball's coming out of, and when you're throwing as many fastballs as he did, the Mets and him have decided to dial back the fastball usage, increase the sinker usage, and sort of pitch almost not completely backwards, but that has allowed him to have the success that has led to him being called up for this stretch run. He's gone 8-6 at AAA with a 4.24 ERA over 120 innings up in Syracuse. He has 113 strikeouts to just 53 walks. What Sproat can provide this team is just innings at this point. The Mets are in the playoff. They're fighting for their lives right now. It seems like if you look at the online sentiment, but they're in the wild card spot. This is a team that's still somewhat vying for their division, and he can provide some innings for them. Give their bullpen a little bit of a rest. Seems like the bullpen does get a little overworked at certain points. Maybe he even is part of the bullpen solution as a long man. But right now he sort of factors in as like the sixth starter because this is a rotation that has had some injuries. Some guys are having their innings be managed. I mean, we're talking about a rotation that is Clay Holmes, who was recently a reliever, is now still being fully stretched out as a starter. So he can help out and alleviate some of the pressure off of everybody and just give everybody another day of rest. The ultimate ceiling with the squad is I think that he can be a perfectly fine SP4 type back end starter, but in an organization like this, the SP4 would be an SP3 and a lot of other teams. We're talking about a really, really good guy. Gives you 5 2/3 up to 6 innings. Every single time. Maybe he gives you a strikeout an inning or so. There's still some developmental runway with him, so I'm excited to see what the Mets do with him. But I think the ultimate ceiling is that of a four starter, maybe even like a decent three starter.